I'm pretty sure you've seen several different videos on YouTube talking about SMMA agencies or creating an OnlyFans agencies. I feel that you can create any type of agency out of any type of service. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you the exact step-by-step as to how to create an agency with no type of experience or money down needed. Right now, I'm going to walk you through the nanny service I created back in 2020. So here's a little bit of a rundown as to what I will be sharing with you throughout this video, and you don't have to have knowledge on how to run an agency. You just more so need to understand what services or what niche you decide to get into, because you do have to understand how that operates. Now, before I jump into it, I want to let you know we're going to go over how to find a niche, and then once we find a niche, we need to understand the location, and then we're going to have to figure out how are we going to connect the buyer and seller. So first thing we're going to do is, of course, go to facebook.com. We're going to find the buyer, the seller. We're going to be the middleman collecting the profit. Now, what I like to do is go to group. All you gotta do is type in your niche that you have selected. In this case, we're doing nanny. So of course, you're just gonna go through all these. I typically like to see 3 posts a day, 5 posts a day, because that shows that people are active in these groups and they are actually looking for the service that you are providing. All right, so this also helps me figure out if nanny services are even a thing in my local area. It's best to start in your local area where you know the zip code. That gives you more of an advantage if you need to figure out the distance from the buyer and the seller. How far is it gonna take the person to meet up with each other? Things like this is very crucial, along with the season. Now imagine homecoming or prom is around the corner and people are just booking out party buses or limo services. So if you were to get into that during that season, you will be able to make a profit out of the two. Let's go ahead and go back to the nanny services. So after you get done joining these groups, you're going to have a combination of groups that involve parents and another group that involves nannies. First thing I like to do is collect at least a handful of sellers, which are in our case nannies, in our local area. Collecting at least 5 gives you a good batch just in case parents or the service takes off. Okay, so you're going to have these nannies lined up, and that's exactly what I did. So first thing I did was contact several different nannies. Now, I specifically picked one zip code that I was going to attend to, and I reached out to the nannies asking them if they are able to arrive or attend to parents in this area. Many of them said yes. I asked them more questions about maybe their background, if they can work on the weekends, how available are they, do they want to work full-time or part-time. Things like this are very important to know as you are picking your agency or your service that you're wanting to get into. Okay, now it comes down to pricing. I typically like to figure out what people are willing to buy. Now, if it's hourly, even better. But if it's a fixed payment, of course, that's fine. Still, you at least want to have some type of good margin. I let the nannies know straight up that normally $10 an hour is what I'm willing to do. But this nanny, of course, mentioned that they would at least want $15, which is completely fine. That's actually what I was wanting to go for anyways. You want to kind of lower your pricing because what they're wanting is probably going to be a bit more. Now, you're going to do this for many nannies, okay? There is a website that I have built to help smoothen out this process, which is called Nannies for Life. Of course, you can go in here and change it to the desired niche or service you actually select, but I'm going to give you the rundown as if I am a nanny. This is all filled out for you already. This is what the nanny will see, but you can specifically send them to this form here. You can copy and paste this into the Facebook Messenger, have the nanny actually fill out the form, which is everything from their name, email, phone number, availability, do they have transportation, how old are the kids that you're able to attend to, what is your expected pay. It's basically automated. You don't have to sit there communicating back and forth with the nanny. They can tell you about themselves, what's the best way to reach out to them, and if they take the time to fill this form out, that goes to show that they are serious nanny. Okay, and then once they hit submit, you can basically take the data that they have filled out and you can match them with the right parent within the Facebook group as you scroll through, and if it matches the criteria, you can reach out to the parent and let them know, hey, I have a nanny that's ready. Are you ready to do it? And that is exactly how I did it. Let me go ahead and show you the conversation. I managed to get a nanny that was willing to accept $10 an hour while the parent was willing to pay $25 an hour. Now, the setup of this nanny was that the parent wanted to meet the nanny in person in a local area. So I got them to meet up with each other. The interview in person went perfectly fine. I wasn't there. They were only there to interview with each other. I was only an agency, as in the middleman, connecting the two, helping them find each other. So after that, they managed to communicate with each other. I was still in the loop. As you can see here, she said I'm outside her door, and then I contacted the parent letting her know, because the parent paid me first before the nanny showed up the next day. And then there you have it. I managed to pay the nanny just $45. The nanny ended up working less hours, but that's perfectly fine. And I basically gave a percentage to the nanny for being there and showing up. Allow me to take a moment to explain how I did the pricing. The nanny got paid $10 an hour, and the parent ended up paying me $25 an hour. The nanny ended up working only 4.5 hours that one day she arrived, which is why I only sent her $45, but the parent actually sent me $115 or $112 for that day. That's the reason why I sent the nanny only $45. So that's really how you do it. Now I want to show you that you can do this for the parents as well. If you join a Facebook group and it's parents needing nanny, the parent can easily just click here, I am a parent, and of course they can read about the website. The same form goes for them. They're going to fill out all this information. Do they need a nanny full-time? Does the nanny need transportation on their own? How many children do you have? How old are they? You're basically getting these two data information from the parent and from the nanny, and then you're going to match them together and contact them so that you can connect the two and let them know how much of a fee it costs to begin working with each other. I'm going to be leaving this website down below. You can download this right now, and you could find a nanny to maybe finding a DJ service, finding a catering service. Now, of course, you don't have to do this. You can manually reach out to the buyer and the seller, but I just want to let you know that's going to take time and effort. Of course, this does too, but it's an easy copy and paste and wait for them to fill it out. Well, that is how you do it. I hope this video has truly helped you out, and it actually opened your eyes to the possibilities that you can do a lot of things online. And I hope that this video truly helped you out, and go ahead and comment down below what services or niche that you are actually going to attempt. Catch you in the next video.